Here just for a very good shoulder warm up. Okay, so starting off with some shoulder rotations, then we'll do some kind of mobility movements, just open up areas around the actual shoulder joint itself, up the chest and the upper back. And then we'll finish off with some kind of activation drills just for more function of the shoulder. So we're going to do first just something called a CAR, or controlled articular rotation. And this is basically going to take your shoulder joint through a full range of motion. Okay, we call it like lubricating the joints. If you want, I recommend like hold on to a tennis ball or something you can grip onto just to create more kind of irradiation or tension through the arm up into the shoulder. This way you're going to kind of send more signals to that area to help it move a bit better and to actually make it function better long term. So now I'm just going to make a fist. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start in a half inner position. I want one hand on the rib cage and I want one hand here by my side in a nice tight fist. From here, I'm going to just depress your shoulder down. I'm going to squeeze the fist as hard as I can, and I'm going to bring the arm up all the way beside the ear. When I get to here, I'm going to turn my hand out to the side, okay? So my hand's going to rotate out. As I come round, I'm still going to keep rotating my hand. I'm rotating through the shoulder joint, so that now my pinky is facing forward, and my palm is actually facing out the way, okay? From here, I'm going to depress again in case that shoulder starts to creep up. I'm going to drive the shoulder down, I'm just going to reverse. So I'm going to hold my extension, okay, get a nice stretch here, and then rotate back through, up beside the ear, come back around again, okay? So we're coming up by the ear, rotate, pinky comes forward, and then we drive back through, be aware of the rib cage, and then back down. Okay, one more, all the way up here, hold, rotate, get a nice stretch, and back. And then from there, we'll change sides. Okay, so from here, when I'm doing this as well, I'm trying to create tension in other areas of my body. So I'm trying to drive this foot through the floor, squeezing this butt cheek here. So if you are quite tight in the hip area, you will feel a nice little engagement through the hip. So again, same thing, rib cage down, hand nice and tight. We'll come up beside the ear, rotate all the way through, so that pinky's facing forward, arm is going to be rotated internally, and then we're going to come back, externally rotate it, all the way out, bicep right beside the ear again, and then come back through, okay? You can also take it off to the side like so you're actually going into like a protraction, so you get a bit of a stretch through the shoulder joint here at the back. You come here, and the same thing, up beside the ear, rotate, 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 and then come back through. The other way. With this as well, if there's any pain, okay, if you're coming up and it's like here, and that's quite sore there, then all I want you to do is just stay away from that area, okay? So for example, if I get to here, and it's like, that's sore, I'm simply just gonna move away and maybe do my rotation from there, where it's less painful, and then over time, I can get a little bit closer, okay? So instead of trying to like get as much around as possible and you're fighting through pain, don't. Just come to here, skip that portion out, rotate through, and just stay to the area that feels good, okay? Because you're still getting movement through the shoulder, so it's still beneficial. Okay, so that's going to be your controlled articular rotation, just to get everything going. From there then, what we're going to do is a protraction and a retraction. So, make it nice and simple, we're going to do it with the hands on the floor, knees in line with the hands. From here, all we're going to think about doing is keeping the elbows straight, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then pull apart. I'm going to get a nice stretch out through the upper back, and I'm trying to actually contract my chest here as I push into the floor. That's going to help open up the upper back. And then we're going to squeeze shoulder blades together, hold, and pull apart. Keep the lower back nice and still here. We're just thinking about the scapula and the shoulder blades. So squeeze together, and then pull apart. Okay, we're going to do 6 each way. Make sure you're breathing as well. Be aware of the elbows bending here as well. That's going to be a compensation. If you try and get more range, your elbows are going to want to bend, especially here. So just be aware, keep them nice and straight. Pull apart. Okay, so that's just getting you a bit of movement through the scapula, okay, getting them two portions moving through the upper back, very important for shoulder health. Next one then is going to be a lat opener, so your lat, which is this big muscle here at the side, okay, when it gets constricted, it can restrict a lot of shoulder movement. So what we're going to do is just get a nice little stretch here for the lat. So we're going to simply do is stay on the knees, we're going to reach your hands forward, like so. From here, I'm going to take my right hand off to the side, my left hand is going to follow, and then I'm going to press into the floor with my right hand to get the stretch through my left kind of armpit area. So I'm going to really sink into that left armpit by pushing through the left arm, or with the right arm, sorry. And I'm going to take 6 big deep breaths. In through your nose, and breathe out. Every time you breathe out, you're trying to gain a little bit more range. So we're going to come to center, and then off to the left. And again, I'm going to push my left hand to go into my right armpit here. So I'm really pushing in that right corner of my shoulder. And again, nice relaxing breath to just gain a bit more range. One more. Cool. So that's going to be your lat opener. It's a nice stretch. From here then, we're going to go into the front. Okay, so it's going to flow along nicely. We're going to go into our side lying chest opener. So we're going to bring our right arm off to the side. Right elbows on the right shoulder is on the floor as well. From here, left hand comes into the chest. Left leg comes up and over, okay, and set that foot on the floor. Okay, so from here, we use this hand to add a bit of pressure, okay, so the more you press on the floor, the more stretch you're going to feel through the shoulder here. But what we're going to do from here is just maintain this position, and I want you to get your neck involved as well, so it's an important thing to be aware of, to look to the hand, and then look over the shoulder, okay? And you'll notice that whenever you look over the shoulder here, you're going to feel a little increase through that stretch along the chest up into the neck. And I want you to turn your head 5 to 6 times each way. Okay, so we're looking at the hand, looking over the shoulder, to the hand, over the shoulder. So we're breathing. And then when we change sides, it's a simple case of just switching. Hand goes out, leg over the shoulder, look to the hand. Every time you look over the shoulder, try and find a little bit more of the room. Every time you look over, try and find a little bit more. Okay. From there then, we're going to go into a bit more kind of activation work, okay? So active control, so actual active range, like all that stuff they're doing is more like passive. So we can actually push ourselves into a deeper stretch. With these movements we're going to do now, it's more about like the range you actively have, okay? So the first one is going to be a Cuban rotation. So we're going to think about doing this having the elbow bent 90 degrees. We're going to have the elbow and shoulder in line the whole time, okay? So we're thinking almost like a crank handle. You can imagine what a crank handle looks like. You can imagine your hand, your arm is part of a crank handle. So this portion is going to stay fixed the whole time. It's not going to dip up or down like this. It's going to stay there, okay? And from here, we're going to alternate 2 sides. So we're going to let one hand go up on this right side. This left hand is going to rotate down, okay? And I'm going to find the 2 end ranges and end points. So I'm going to rotate down as much as I can. Then I'm going to externally rotate this hand and just feel a nice sensation through the shoulders, squeeze the fists. Then I'm going to rotate through the other way. Breathe, squeeze that glute, rib cage down, and just rotate. Okay, again, my elbows are staying aligned with my shoulders the whole time. Squeezing the fists. I'm just rotating back and through. So internal rotation on the right side now, external rotation on this top side, on this left side, and just keep working through. Okay, so you can dictate how much range you're giving it, how much tension you give it. The more tension, the better. Okay, obviously just don't go into any pain. Okay, be aware of compensations. It's probably good to do this in the mirror, or if you are recording yourself, like have the camera facing you so you can see what's going on. A lot of people when they do this, they end up like this direction. Yeah, just make sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders the whole time. Okay, so that's your cube rotation. After that, just give it a nice little shake, okay, because you create a lot of tension to the shoulders. Last thing I'm going to do is called a keyboard killer, okay, so you can imagine what these are for. All the muscles to your, like the postural muscles in your kind of mid-back that, you know, get neglected when we sit this all day, just to really activate them up. So, what we're going to do, again, this will function the shoulder. We're going to start with the palms facing up, okay? And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the glute as hard as we can. I want you to rotate the thumbs out the way like so, okay? Make sure the elbows stay nice and tight. So stay nice and tall. So we're externally rotating. You should feel a nice little squeeze through the top of the shoulders at the back. From there, I want you to reach out and you're going to retract back as well. From here, you're going to turn the palms to the floor, drive the elbows into the mid-back, the mid-lower back, squeeze shoulders together, and then bring the hands back in like so. Okay, so palms come up, rotate out, reach away and squeeze together, turn the palms to the floor, and drive the elbows back in. Okay, so with this movement, guys, it's easy just to kind of do this. Okay, the harder you make it, the better. Yeah, so here, palms stay up, rotate them thumbs out. Then we're going to keep the palms up as we reach and retract. Then we're going to turn the palms over, drive them elbows in, so squeeze your shoulders together, and then bring the thumbs back together. Okay, one more time, palms up, external rotation there. Reach the thumbs back and squeeze together. Palms go down, drive the shoulders down and really pull the elbows in towards the hips, and then come back through. Okay, and then last two should really feel your shoulders like lit up, and especially before a workout, like ready to go. If not, in general, it's just good to do them, especially after going through periods of, you know, neglecting that portion. If you've been sat at a desk all day or not doing much all day, that's a great routine to do, especially finish off with 2 movements. If I was going to choose 2 movements to do all the time, it would be them last 2 and the first one. Okay. But obviously I explained a lot there. That should take you no longer than maybe 10-12 minutes to do. If you have got any issues with the shoulder, you know, it's going to be a nice one just to get everything kind of activated around there as well. Okay, so that is your shoulder routine.